welcome to the day one of a new topic, that is solving linear equations. So actually even this topic is something that we are going to use very frequently in our daily lives. So it is very important for us to understand the basics of this topic. So in today's class, first we'll understand the logic behind it, and then we would be solving many questions related to this in today's class itself. So let us first understand the basic logic. So the task is actually very simple. So a linear equation actually means, so we'll normally face this term that solve this linear equation or solve this equation. So this would be the common term that we'll face. So solving an equation actually means what? So we'll just create a question so that you'll be able to understand. Let's say this question is given to us. Solve for x, and the term is x plus 1 is equal to 10. This is the term given to us. So in this case, this written in front of us is actually a linear equation. So in algebra, actually whenever an equation is given to us in algebra, then it normally means that we have to solve for some variable. We have to solve for some unknown. So in this case, when this question is given to us that solve for x, and this term is written x plus 1 is equal to 10. So this is an equation. But now we are specifically talking about a linear equation. So linear means what? That in this case the expression involving the unknown. The expression involving the unknown, in this case that unknown is x, has that unknown, the power of that unknown is just 1. Can you see that this expression over here is a linear expression? This expression in itself, this x plus 1 is a linear expression. Linear expression means that the power of the unknown, the power of the variable is just 1. In this case, the power of this term is 1. If I write 2x plus 3, then the power of this x is 1. So even this is a linear expression. Let's take one more example. Let's assume 3x plus 4y. So 3x plus 4y, in this case also, can we see that there are now two variables involved, x and y, but the power of each of them is simply 1. So x to the power 1 and y also to the power 1. Even this is a linear expression, but in this case there are two unknowns involved. But this is also a linear expression, but there are number of variables that are involved now are 2 instead of 1, as in this case or in this case or in this case. So now the variables involved are 2, but even this is a linear expression. Now let's say there is a term x square plus 4x plus 5. Is this a linear expression? We can directly see that no. Why? Because there is a term involving x to the power 2. So for this term to be a linear expression, the power of the unknown, which in this case mostly would be x, should be 1. So this is the basic definition. You just don't have to go into any more depth or any more understanding, because this is the understanding. So now the task actually moves to the next name, that is equation. So now this is an equation. When we have equated that expression to some other constant or maybe another expression actually, which we'll see later. But as of now the task is this, that we are in a situation where this unknown x can be found. We can simply determine the value of this x, and this is the task. So this would be the kind of question that we are going to face, that simply we have to solve for x now. So now comes the actual process. So if x plus 1 is equal to 10, can we directly see that if some number, if 1 is added to some number, then the answer becomes 10. So what would that number be actually? So we can directly see that this number would be actually 9, because if 9 and 1 are added, the answer becomes 10. So in that sense, now the process is this, that if something is adding on one side, and if we take that number on the other side, from left hand side to right hand side or from right hand side to left hand side, that addition becomes subtraction on the other side. So this x becomes 10, this 1 goes on this side, it becomes 10 minus 1. And it is just through common sense that let's say if 9 and 1 are added, it becomes 10. So in order to reach 9 back, I should be simply subtracting 1 from this number 10. So if x plus 1 is equal to 10, then x is what? X is simply 10 minus 1. We simply have to subtract 1 in order to reach back to this number x, which is 9. So this is the way of dealing it actually mathematically. So let's just take some other example. Let's say x plus 5 is equal to 11. And if someone asks me to solve this expression now, solve this equation, we can directly say that this x is equal to 11 minus 5, which is 6. Or x minus 3 is equal to 8, let's say. So if from some number x I am subtracting 3, then my answer becomes 8. Then can we logically see that this x would be simply 8 plus 3. So the same logic actually goes when this number 3, which is being subtracted over here, if I take it to this side, from minus 3 it becomes plus 3. So just remember this understanding, because we are going to use this very frequently. So x becomes 8 plus 3, that is 11. So this same sense actually prevails when we are even multiplying or dividing. So now let's say that 2 times of a certain number x, 2 times of this x is, let's say, 10. So what does this means? That if I multiply this number x by 2, the answer becomes 10. So the question is to solve the value of this x. So can we directly see that this x would be simply 10 divided by 2. So this number 2, when it goes from left hand side to right hand side, from multiplication it will go to the denominator to be divided actually. So from the numerator it will go on the other side to be divided actually. So it will directly go and become 10 divided by 2, which is my term now, which is simply 5. So this is the process. So when this number is being multiplied over here, on the other side it would be simply go into division. So this is the very basic understanding which we need to follow. And similarly, let's say x upon 3. X divided by 3 is, let's say, 10. So when a number x is being divided by 3, it becomes 10. The answer is 10. So what would be this number x? So there is some number x. If we divide that number by 3, the answer is 10. So what would be that number x? We can directly even see this by common sense, that this number would be simply 10 multiplied by 3, that is 30. So this is the exact process that we need to follow. Then that when some number is dividing on one side, so now when this number goes on the other side, it directly goes into multiplication. So this would become 10 multiplied by 3, that is 30. So this would be my final answer.